Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel. And today we're going to be talking about Luna Classic, what has happened with the price within the past 24 hours, and where I think I could see the price going. Now, without further ado, let's get those annotations back on the screen. And what I saw from last time was this period of consolidation that we had on Luna Classic, followed by this massive drop below that support of that pattern that we have here. So the triangle there in the yellow lines, we saw this massive price movement below it, and that was after CZ had his AMA, and he talked about Luna Classic in that AMA, which kind of tanked the price afterwards because of what he said. The price did recover to retest this yellow line, but now we're in this kind of downtrend that we've had now for the past few days, which is now highlighted in purple, and we've kind of formed a new resistance here where the price hasn't really ever come across this line before. We have, you know, some clear tests along the way down. So we got our first test there in the 23rd of September, then again a day later, and we've had this test here earlier today, and now we're seeing the price moving horizontally again, and it looks like, you know, we could be seeing the price test that then in the near future. Now if we go onto the 1 hour chart, that was the 4 hour chart that we just saw. Now on the 1 hour chart, we can see this in a little bit more detail. Now, of course, if the price was to break through this resistance that we've drawn here, this purple line where it's not crossed for the past 2 days, then I do think we could see some upwards movement, and I'll show you why. So this level here, this level that I see the price at now for Luna Classic, is a very important one because, you know, 22 cents in this period alone had been tested several times. We have two basically regions here where the price came down to test it. We have this region here where the price came down a little bit below. So what we can kind of do is, it's not going to be perfect, but if I draw this line, you'll see how many times the price has kind of interacted with this region here. So we got the free test in this area here. And if we have a look back in time a bit as well, if we go back, then we can see, you know, this first pump that we had and this subsequent consolidation before this next pump here, we see that in this region here, price came down to touch this very same line a couple of times here. We got a really nice touch in this area, almost a touch there. And here it was a bit of consolidation when the price was pumping on the 1st of September, when we first noticed, when people started to notice that the burn was going to be in place. So this is quite a significant level that I've been looking at on Luna Classic, and right now the price is very close to it, so I am definitely keeping my eye on it. The other thing I wanted to show you as well is this volume profile, and basically it shows you where the liquidity is at different prices. Obviously, the more the bars are extended, the more buyers and sellers there are at specific price level. And at the moment, the liquidity for, you know, anything basically below this price level here at 22 cents has very low liquidity. So if we were to lose this level, then we should in theory go down quite a lot further. So what that would actually mean in practice is we'd probably see the price, if we can't hold 22 cents or somewhere near that, then we could see the price go back down to a full retracement of this pump that we had from the start of September, back down to that 16-cent level. And there wouldn't be that many buyers to stop the price from falling because, as I say, there's low liquidity for Luna Classic at prices below 22 cents. So this is kind of a critical level. This is a level I'm really watching at the moment. So basically we want to keep above this level. Like, the price can come down a little bit below it, that if we see a lot of momentum for the price going down below this blue line here and continuing down, then, you know, it's a very bearish thing, and, you know, there's little to stop this price going down to 16 cents from that region. However, if we can hold this line here and if we can pass this resistance, then we should see a nice little pump here on Luna Classic, because of course what we also have here is a descending triangle. So obviously the bear case is what I just mentioned, the price goes below this 22 level and heads towards 16, but the bullish case, you know, is something similar in the bullish direction. So in theory, what we should see from a triangle is that the price target is the distance between the first test of the resistance and the first test of the support. And at this point here, that would give us a price target, a bullish price target of 28 cents. Now, this is in theory, and in practice, this is quite an ambitious price target, especially with one swift motion for the price to do. I mean, it could very well happen, but realistically, if we're able to break out of this triangle with some bullish momentum, then I'd be setting my price target at around 25 cents to take the majority of my profit out, because this 25 cents level is another level that has been pretty key, and I do think at this point here would be a good target for any bullish movement that comes from this descending triangle here. So what I do think is more realistic, if we do break through this resistance and we do have that momentum, then we can go up to this level. And of course, guys, like I say, it should be this distance here, but I do not think that's very likely, particularly within a small space of time. So I do think this 25 cents level is my majority take profit level if we are able to break through this resistance here. So all eyes on this light blue line that we have here, and all eyes on this purple resistance that we have here. And of course, this is the 1 hour time frame, so we could get a decision, you know, within the next few hours for Luna Classic. What we could also see is the price continuing, And what we could also see is the price continuing to consolidate in a pattern like this. So we can see the price going on like that. And of course, the descending triangle may actually be a little bit more shallower. So maybe we see something ending up like this, where the price breaks out through this resistance and onto the upside there like that. But at the moment, I'm just speculating as to what's going to happen. And the most prominent things at the moment are this resistance here that's had several tests now, and this 22 cents level, kind of forming this angle that we have here, which is a descending triangle. So all eyes on that at the moment. And of course, with any breakout, we're looking for large volume increase and large green or red candles. Just think about this one, for example, as a good example. We saw this large red candle come down underneath, and that's the kind of price movement we want to see if there's going to be a breakout of any sort from said triangles. So that's pretty much all I have to say in this video. I'm just really looking at this at the moment. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.